Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullahu khairan for everybody attending. You guys who have attended all the way to the penultimate lesson, you guys have proven to yourselves that you can complete something, inshallah. And you've kept with it. Inshallah, the hard work will pay off in Ramadan, inshallah, and for the rest of your life, inshallah. We're going to have today a break in 25 minutes, inshallah, because that's when the Salah time, Isha time is here in the Jamaat. So I'll just be nipping off for 15 minutes, inshallah, and then I'll come back like we did last week. So 25 minutes, inshallah. Right. Let me just get the annotation on. Right. So the homework was, what are the 3 ways that a verb can become future tense? So the answers are A. Basically, for future tense, the present verb is used. So the present verb is used for the future tense, but when a present verb is used, it's in a sentence where the context of the sentence is talking about the future, then you know it's a future verb. Like if I say, tomorrow I am going to the shop. Now, because I've said tomorrow, the context is talking about the future, then I am going will become I will be going. So it's the present verb, but the context of the sentence is telling you it's future, so it will become future, which we covered last week. B, if the present verb is preceded by the word sofa, then it becomes a future verb. Like sofa ta'lamuna, you all will know. Ta'lamuna, you all know. And the third way is when there is a scene. Imagine the scene of sofa is taken and is attaching onto the present verb. Sata'lamuna, you all will know. So them are the 3 ways a verb can be, that's the 3 ways the future tense is determined. So it was just revision from the lesson. Complete all the indicative, subjunctive and jussive tables for the verb alima. So this is the marfu table. Ya'lamu, ya'lamani, ya'lamuna. The default. You can tell it's marfu because these endings here ending in dhamma. That's the way to tell it's marfu. Also you've got una. And remember from the nouns, una, muslimuna, that was marfu, wasn't it? So it's got some similarities. Then you make it into subjunctive. Remember, subjunctive is another mood when certain words, mansubifying words, come in front of the verb, they will make it mansub. So this is the mansub table. The memes get a fatha. The noons all drop. All the noons have dropped, except the 3 women and the 3 women there. They're super strong, they don't drop for anything. They don't drop at all, they stay. Right, so we did that. So the whole point of the homework was to get you used to it. So you write it down, you learn it. That's where I'm coming from. The next one is make it majzoom. So the fathas disappear and they ending in the sukoon. I didn't bother putting sukoon on. It's normally a circle or it's like a pesh, a dhamma, slightly with no hole in it in the Indo-Pak print, and it's like opposite upside down V in the Bengali print. Right? So what's happened? These have all remained the same from subjunctive. The only difference is the fatha disappeared and it became a jazm or sukoon came there. That's majzoom. And the command form, you can only use the second person for a command form because you can only command someone that can hear you. So second person. And we use the same for dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. It's the same form. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears us. Right? So i'lam, i'lama, i'lamu, i'lami, i'lama, i'lamna. These are the 6 ways of doing it. That's it. Right? Move on. make the command word out of the following verbs. This is the homework, okay? So alima, remember alima? It's the root verb. You basically put it into present tense. Ta'lamu. So I'm talking to an individual, a brother, a male. Ta'lamu means you know. Ta'lam means you know, but it's majzoom now. And then you knock off the ta. If what is remaining has sukoon, you can't start off a word with a sukoon, so you stick an alif there. And then what sign do you put on the alif? If you look at this third letter here, if that has a fatha or a kasra, then you put a kasra on the alif. If it has a dhamma, you put a dhamma on the alif. So i'lam. I'lam means no. I'm telling somebody no. Again, ja'ala. Second person, taj'alu. Make it majzoom. Taj'al. Knock off the ta. Put an alif there. Because there's a jazm there. Look at the next one. It's a fatha. So fatha or a kasra on this one will make a kasra here. A dhamma there will make a dhamma there. So ij'al. Ij'al. Again, qatala, our favorite word. Remember qatala, we kill mosquitoes, right? Taqtulu. That's the present tense. Then it becomes taqtul. That's majzoom. And then knock off the ta. Put an alif. Oh, this third one is ending has a dhamma on it, so you stick a dhamma on there. Uqtul. Again, this was intended for more practice. The more you practice, the more you remember. Ghafara becomes taghfiru, becomes taghfir, becomes ighfir. And that's where you get, and this is, as the sister mentioned last week, it's a hamzatul wasl here, which means when you get a waw or a fa or something before it, it joins, then this becomes silent. So Allahumma ighfir becomes Allahumma ighfir. It's still ighfir, but because something came, a word is coming before it, it joins on this hamzatul wasl, it disappears, and that's just the tajweed rule. Your Qur'ans will have it written. You'll be able to read it in the Qur'an. So Allahumma ighfir lana. It's really Allahumma ighfir lana. And then you got waghfir, for example. It's again wa ighfir, but because of hamzatul wasl, it becomes waghfir. It's already written in the Qur'an. So as long as you sort of understand, the skill, the way to read it is already written in the Qur'an. Right? Everybody happy with the homework? Anybody happy? Okay, good. That just proves that I can hear me as well, because sometimes, I start thinking. Right, so test. Alhamdulillah, the test was done, and obviously, yes, it was good. Last time I saw it, quite a lot of people got the top marks, and then it comes down like this. So a lot of people dropped 1 mark, then the next lot of people dropped 2 marks. It's a good distribution. So Hamzatul Wasl is that little Hamza that appears in the Uthmani font, and it comes either under the alif or on top of the alif, right? Depending on what it is. And Hamzatul Wasl mostly comes under, and it just basically means you will say istajib or you'll say ighfir, but when a waw comes before it, you sort of drop the alif. You just say waghfir. You don't say wa ighfir. You say waghfir. Like bi means with. Ism means name, Allah, Bismillah, but you don't say Bismillah. You say, because Hamzatul Wasl again on the alif, you say Bismillah, you join it. So that's just a tajweed rule. Right. Translate. So taj'alu, you make masculine. Yaj'alu, he makes masculine. The reason I put them both together is just to show you second person is ta, third person is ya for the majority of the times. Taj'alu means you all make, yaj'alu, they all make. The masculine terminology is the one to learn because that includes feminine too. The for mixed group, remember, the masculine terminology is used. Aj'al. Sorry, aj'ala. So this now, by the way, is mansoob. This would normally be yaj'aluna, but here it says mansoob. We're looking at the mansoob table now. So aj'ala, it would normally be aj'alu, but aj'ala is mansoob. It means I make. Naj'ala means we all make. So if you see naj'alu or you see naj'ala, it means the same thing. Just some mansubifying controller came in front of it and changed it to mansub, which we did last week. Taj'ala, you both make, and they both make feminine. Yaj'ala, they both make. This is the trickiest of the four tables. Taj'ali, you make feminine. Normally in marfu' land this would be taj'alina, but mansub, remember the noons drop, except the plural women. So this is singular woman. So taj'ali, taj'ali. And this one you all make taj'alna. Okay. And the last one, yaj'alna, they all make. So you see the second person ta is coming here as well in feminine. Taj'alna, you all make. Yaj'alna, they all make. Again, it's just practice. It's just practice to keep on practicing, and inshallah you'll get the hang. So the below word, write the below words in command form. So ghafara, we've just done it, yeah, in the homework. Ghafara, taghfiru, taghfir, ighfir. So this is the answer here, ighfir. Ja'ala, the steps. Ja'ala, taj'alu, taj'al, ij'al. So ij'al is the answer. Qatala, qatala becomes taqtulu, becomes taqtul, becomes uqtul. So how can you tell the future tense? So number one, so this is just repetition. We've done the homework and now we're doing the test, and I'm saying the same thing again, hoping that it sticks in the head the more we mention it. Inshallah. Using a present verb, but the context of the sentence will tell you it's the future. So I am walking today. But if I say tomorrow I am walking to the shop, then it's going to be tomorrow I am walking to the shop, because the sentence is future. The other way to tell is if sofa comes before the present verb, it becomes a future verb. And the other way is when sa attaches to the present verb, it becomes future. And sa is normally indicated for near future, and sofa, far future. Easy way to think about it is longer. Look, sofa is longer than sa. So sofa is longer, so it's longer future, further into the future. And sa is like immediate, close future, generally. And this is what it's all about. Kalla, ne. Kalla is a strong no. La is no, but kalla is strong no. So kalla, ne. Sofa, soon, shall. Right? Ta'lamuna, you all will know. It's will because of sofa. Sofa makes it future. So, ne, you shall all know. You will all know, sort of thing. Somebody's asking, am I just going to pray the fard in the masjid? Yes, just going to pray the fard, come back, then read the sunnah with the later, inshallah. Yeah, far into the future is sofa, generally. Sa, that is like closer, but closer in the future, like near future, and one's far future, further future. So we've got 10 minutes left yet for the break, inshallah. So yakhluqu ma yasha. Yakhluqu is like yaktubu, we done. Ya, second person. He, khalaqa, he creates. It is marfu because no controller coming before it, so it's marfu. Yakhluqu, he creates. Ma, what? Yasha. Shaa means to will. So yasha is present tense. The reason why it doesn't look like yakhluqu is because it's a weak verb. It's a weak verb, which we're going to do today, inshallah. So yakhluqu, he creates. Ma, what? Yasha'u, what he wills. That's where you get masha'Allah from. What Allah willed. Last one. Thumma, then. Yajma'ukum. Remember we did this last week. Yajma'ukum. Jama'a. Here's the root word jama'a. Jama'a means to gather. Yajma'u, he gathers. Kum, you all. Remember kitabukum, baytukum. Yeah, kum, you all. So yajma'u, he gathers you. sorry, he gathers, kum, you all. So then he gathers you all, ila, to yawmil qiyamah. I think it's yawmil qiyamah there, yeah? Ila yawmil qiyamah. It's missing a kasra there. Actually, you can just see the dot there. I've just cut it off. So, right. So he gathers you on the day of judgment. So that doesn't make sense. He gathers you on the day of judgment. The context of the sentence, day of judgment, is in the future. So yajma'ukum is going to translate as he will gather you in the future, on the day of judgment. Yeah. So it's a present verb, but the reason why you make it future is because the sentence is talking about the future. So it's a future verb. Happy with that? My son wants my phone to play with, so there you go. Right? No? Okay. Right. Okay, next one. Right. We've got about 5-6 minutes left. Let's quickly do this vocabulary. So everybody get ready to start typing. Alladhina. Alladhina, please. Alladhina. Alladhina. Those. Very important. 1080. We're talking lots and lots and lots of times in the Quran. Those. Excellent. Next one. Alladhi. Alladhi. Good. Good. Close. Yeah. Good. Good. Right. So there's a few different answers there. So alladhi is basically the singular of alladhina. You can see the ina there. You can see a bit of, remember we used to una and ina as being plural. You can sort of transpose it here as well. Alladhina is those who. Alladhi is the one who. So one is like singular and one is plural. Alladhi, the one who. Alladhina, those who. Yep. Hatta. 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 Carry on. Carry on. 142 times until. Hatta, until. I think even in Urdu we say hatta. I think we do in Urdu, yeah. Hatta as well. It may be a bit posh Urdu, but I think we do say hatta. I think. Just waiting for somebody to confirm it. Okay, anyway. Ameen. Ameen. What is Ameen? Ameen. Trustworthy. Carry on. Yeah. Okay, so trustworthy, secure. It's actually a word we use in Urdu as well. Aman. Aman means well, maybe it's the same. It means peace. We use it for peace. Aman. Yeah, it's maybe the same word or from the same word. 12 times. Jami'an. Jami'an. We've done jami'an. Or we've done jama'a. Jami'an. Good. Together. Malakun. Malakun. What's malakun? Malak. Malak. Angel. So somebody said king, so Malik is king, but Malak is angel. Malik is king. So Malik is king, but Malak is angel. Nasir, 5 minutes left. Nasir, what is Nasir? A good way to remember, sort of, if you know it's somebody's name, you know it's got to mean something good, because people don't keep bad names most of the time, unless they do it by accident. Right? So Nasir, you know, you might know of an uncle, you might know of a brother who's called Nasir. You know, okay, that's got to be a good meaning. If you can't figure out the meaning, you know it's something good at least. Nasir, yes, is helper. That's where we get Ansar from. Ansar were the helpers of the Prophet ﷺ. Ansar. So Nasir, helper. Waladun awladun. Waladun awladun. Yeah, carry on. Fantastic. So walad, child, boy, children. And related to that is the next word, walidun. Walidun. Father. So awladun is plural. Awladun is plural. Waladun is child, boy. Awladun is children. Now look at this one. I'll give you some easy way to remember this. Although it's an Urdu word as well. Waladun, look, it's grown an alif. It's grown up. The walad has grown up. The alif has come and it's grown up, right? Might be a bit cheap on that, but somebody might find that useful. So walidun is the father, and alif has grown, it's grown up. So walidun is the grown up walad. So walidun is father. I was waiting for somebody to give a comment like that, right? Hope it was useful. Walidatun. This again is connected. Walidatun is ta marbuta has come. What's ta marbuta associated with? Women. So it's the walid but woman. So it's the mother. Yep, exactly. It's feminine. Walidatun is mother. Walidun is father. And waladun, small. It's the kid, child, boy. يومئذ تحدث أخبارها. يومئذ. You know, يوم الجمعة, يوم. It's got yom in it. So yom, you know, it's got something to do with day. But what's idhin? Right? On that day. Excellent. On that day. Yom is day. Yoma idhin, on that day. Good. 2 minutes left. I think it just ties up well with the ending of this slide. Allah. Abdun, ibadun, abidun. Abdun. What's abdun? Yes. Carry on. Slave. Typo. Right. So, a servant, slave. That's where you get Abdullah. Abdullah is a servant of Allah. Ibadillah. Look, Assalamu alayna in the Salah. Assalamu alayna. Peace be on us. Wa ala and on Ibadillah. Ibad, slaves of Allah. Servants of Allah. This is plural. And we'll cover that inshallah. Not next week, but the week after in our last class, inshallah, where we talk about where we translate the Salah word for word, inshallah. Getting us ready for Ramadan, inshallah. Right, so we've hit that time pretty much. So I'm just going to nip off for 15 minutes, inshallah. We'll still have maybe have a 5-minute break in its real time so the people in other countries can read their Salah as well. And then we start with the beginning of this class, and inshallah this class should be a bit easier if you did your last class well. We're going to cover the weak verbs, and inshallah it's just quite a bit of repetition from the last weak verb class we did, inshallah. Okay, so jazakumullahu khairan. I'll see you in about 15 minutes, inshallah. I will leave this meeting on. Obviously it'll be paused and you won't be able to speak to each other, but it will still be there. It will still be connected, inshallah. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Jazakumullahu khairan for being patient. Somebody asked a question that will the classes be online? Yes, they will, inshallah. The recordings, they will be available after the course has finished. If you go to the YouTube channel, go to the playlists, it will be in the playlist, inshallah, the whole course. And the book will be downloadable from the link in the description box, so you can get the complete thing and pass it on to people who want to do it offline, inshallah. Okay, so lesson 9, the last lesson but one. Right, so we're talking about verbs again. Like in lesson, I think it was 7, we mentioned that verbs are regular and irregular. And we mentioned that the verbs that are irregular are the ones in whose root letter there is an alif or a waw or a ya, the mud letters. So qala, kana, wajada, these are weak verbs because the root word contains either a alif or a waw or a ya. So it's irregular. We did this, remember, lesson 7. Same thing again. And the other way to tell is if the second and third root letter are the same, like dalla. This little W there, that shad, or as my teacher says, mustache, he said, it looks like, right? So he said, it basically means a double letter. So dad, lam, and lam is dalla, and you just stick a W on there, a shad, and it becomes dalla. So that is a weak verb as well. Everything else is regular. There's no waw, there's no alif, and there's no ya in this word, or this word, or this word. So these are the regular ones, these are the irregular ones. And does anybody remember what we learnt about irregular verbs in lesson 7? What is the issue with irregular verbs? Those verbs that have a weak letter in there, what is the issue with them? Anybody remember? Okay, broken, no pattern, they can change, yes, okay, getting the picture. Right, the table we did last week, kataba, yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna, you can put yaj'aluna, ya'lamuna, yaktubuna, you can put regular three root words in that pattern, in that template, and it's easy, it just fits, it all fits, right? But the problem with irregular verbs, weak verbs, is that it doesn't quite fit into the table. You have to make some adjustment to make it work. It pretty much is exactly the same, but you're going to struggle somewhere and you need to basically tweak it slightly, just very slightly, and then the rest is all done. That's the problem we have with weak verbs. They don't fit into the table exactly. They become a bit awkward to read and you have to change it to make it fit. That's what the issue is with weak verbs or irregular verbs, same thing. Some people call it weak, some people call it irregular. So this is just a quick example. We're not done the table yet. The table you're going to do, inshallah. Yeah, you're going to do the table based on the previous table we've learned, inshallah. So this is a weak verb. Why is it a weak verb? Why is it a weak verb? Because okay, it's got an alif. Actually got a ya as well. Okay, so it could be very weak. The problem with that might be that it fits even harder into the table. Maybe you have to make a double adjustment or something. Right, good. So that's weak. So this is how the present looks for this. Ra'a becomes yara. Ra'at becomes tara. Ra'aita becomes tara. Tarina ara. Can you see? It would normally be aktubu, yaktubu. But can you see this one is yara, tara, tara, tarina. You can see the ina coming from the feminine. And then ara is for, I see. This is just an example. We're not going to go through this whole verb. But this is just showing you how, how it changes. This one normally would be kataba, yaktubu. But this is ra'a, yara. It's different. It's it's mushkil. It's a bit problematic. It's difficult. Look at this. This is not Quran. This is a hadith. Okay, he said. Does anybody know this hadith? It's a famous hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. It's a famous hadith. Anybody know what is going on in this hadith? Who is it talking about? Who is doing the qala? Who is it? Anybody know quickly? Just one answer will do, inshallah. Anybody know what this hadith, which famous hadith this is. Jazakallah khair, sister. It's the hadith of Jibreel. When a person came to the Prophet ﷺ, I actually did a talk on this as well. Inshallah, I'll put the link in the description on this hadith, right? It's when the angel came to the Prophet ﷺ in the form of a man. And he said, Qala, he said, Ma what? Al-Ihsan. Al-Ihsan. What is Al-Ihsan? What is Ihsan? Qala, he said, An, that. Ta'budallaha, you worship Allah. I put two shads on there by accident. That you worship Allah. Ka, like. Anna, that. Ka, you. Ka, like. Anna, that. Ka, you. Ka annaka, like that you. Like you. Tarahu. Look, this is the ra'ah, tara, to see. Tarahu. Ka annaka, like that you. Tarahu, you see him. Tarahu. Fa'in lam. So, okay, so just written for although. Fa'in lam takun. So although lam takun, you are not in a position, tarahu, to see him. فَإِنَّهُ, so indeed he, yaraka, he sees you. So this is just an example of tara, yara. You got the tara here, tara, yara. Alam tara kayfa, right? Alam, did not, tara, you see. So that's just an example of the tara and yara, a weak verb. That was just a bit, just extra information. Now what I want you to do is go to page. No, don't go to page 57 at all. Do not go to page 57. Go back from page 57. I want you to go to last week's table or the table before. Let me just find the page. Go to page 43. Page 43. Page 43. Middle slide. That one where it's basically yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. Are you on there? Page 43. It's the middle slide on the right. Middle slide on the right on page 43. For those people who don't have the exact same page numbers, then it's Quranic Arabic lesson 7. And it's the 4th slide. It's that main table. Right? Taktubu, yaktubu, sorry. The first one here is yaktubu. But now, I'm going to ask you guys to do this yourself. If the regular verb is yaktubu, then what is qala going to be? If you're Arab, don't say it. Well, you can't spoil it here because I can only see, you can't see everybody else's answers. But okay, let's see. What is it going to be here? Now, this is the problem with the irregular verb. Normally, yaktubu, yadhkuru, yasma'u, yarji'u. It's easy, you can put it in. But how are you going to put qala into that pattern? Yuqal, yakulu, yakluku. Carry on. Good. This is what I want to see. I want to see you struggling. I want to see you struggling because that's the whole point. Somebody's got it. That person's name is written in Arabic. I got a feeling you're an Arab, right? Yeah, we're close. Yeah. Okay, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. So the first one, but it's tricky, right? I'm getting different answers. Yes, okay. Sister, put it in Arabic. Right. Okay. Good. Yeah, you're getting it. A lot of you are getting it. Okay, but I'm seeing people who are struggling as well, which is good because that's the issue. An irregular verb fitting into the regular table, you have to make some adjustments. So the adjustment for this one is it's just yaqulu. Yaqulu is in the place of yaktubu. yaktubu. Can you see now? Look, this waw has appeared. It wasn't a waw here, it was qala. There was alif there. But the real root letter of qala really is qaf waw lam. So the original root letter has appeared here. And that's what you need to know. Maybe if you just know one, now you can figure the rest out yourself. You're going to say that, bro Ibrahim. I bet you were as well. Right? So, yaqul. Okay. So, yaqulu. So what is the next one going to be? The endings are all the same. And the startings are the same as well. So what's the next one going to be? Now look at your table. It's yaktubu. The next one is yaktubani. So what is yaqulu going to become? Yaqula. We're in marfu' land here. So all the noons and everything is going to be visible. This is marfu' table. Close, close, close. Good. You're getting it slowly, slowly. Yes, people are answering. Okay. Remember, the third person masculine always starts off with ya. Remember? Yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. This one is yaqulu, yaqulani. Right? The pattern is the same. Just the word has been adjusted slightly, but the pattern, the ya and the ani ending is the same. It's the same table as last week. It's just a weak verb is entering now, and you've got to make some adjustment, otherwise it's not going to work. You couldn't say yaqalani, yaqala, yaqalani. You couldn't say that. It's just yaqulani. So yaqulani means them two say. So he says, them two say. So what's this one going to be now? This one. So yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. So what is this one going to be? Okay, if you look at your thing, it says yaktubuna. Good. Excellent, good. Good. Most of you, from the people who have typed, are about half. Got it. Right, so this one's going to be, yes, good. Yep, good. Alhamdulillah, you're getting it, right? That's good. Yaquluna. Remember, yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. Now you might ask, why are we doing qala and why are we going to do kana? And the reason is because the book that I've based this class on, they did qala and kana. The reason why they did qala and kana is because these are some root words that appear a lot in the Quran. Irregular verbs. These are some irregular verbs that appear a lot in the Quran, so they just went through two of them. There's others, there's yara, but these are the sort of most frequently occurring ones, so they've just gone through the tables of these. So there's no new table, it's just last week's table, but with a bit of a tweak for qala. Okay, so what's the next one? I'm looking at your table. On the next line, it says taktubu. So what do you think this is going to be? Here. Good. Carry on. Good. Good. Excellent. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. So it's just, this one would have been taktubu. So this one is taqulu, right? The prefix stays the same and the ending template stays the same. It's just the actual word, you had to just change it slightly. Qala had to become yaqulu to begin this table. And now maybe you should rattle all this off yourself now. So taqulu, what's this next one? If you look at your table, it's taktubani. So what is this one going to be? Good. Yeah. Fantastic. Yep. Good. Taqulani. Taqulani. Now the next one, it was yaktubna. Yaktubna. So what is this one going to be? It's going to be a bit trickier. It's going to be a bit trickier because it's an irregular verb. Remember again, yaktubna begins with a ya. So you're going to begin this with a ya as well. Good. Yes. It requires a slight tweak. Yaqulna. So yaqulna means they all say women. Yaquluna, they all say male or mixed. And that's all we're doing today. Qala and kana tables. We've hit 7:30. That's the time. 8:30 we've hit. We've just hit the 1 hour. So what we'll do, we'll have a 5-minute pause, inshallah, for the people who, then people can maybe read Salah, inshallah. We'll convene back in 5 minutes, inshallah. Okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Right, everybody's had a little break. Right, back onto this. Jazakallah khair. Right, so yaqulna, we were on there. Now, if you look again on page 43, the middle slide on your right, we're on 2M now. So 2M, taktubu. So remember what I said about 2M. It is a copy of 3M, except the 2M's begin with ta, the 3M's begin with ya. So you should be able to rattle this off now. What's this one? These all begin with ta. Yes, these are all the same as this. The only difference is these begin all with ta, these all begin with ya. So good. Taqulu. Taqulu. Excellent. What's this one? Taqu. What's this one here? Taqu. Yeah, excellent. More people? So this one's taqulu, this one's yaqulu. This one is taqulani, this one's yaqulani. Look, the only difference is the ta. Ta is for, in Urdu we say tum, which means you, second person. And I don't know what, another way to remember that. But ta is, yeah, ta is two, ta, two, right? Two, second person, and ya is third person. What's this one? What's this one? Good? Yep. Yep. Taquluna. Yep, taquluna. Excellent. So look, this is a replica of this one. Only difference is these all begin with ya, these all begin with ta. Yep. Next one. So this one, in the regular land, the main table is taktubina. Taktubina. So what's this one going to be? The starting and the ending of all the tables are the same, but the irregularness is in how you construct the word between it. Close? Yes. Yeah. So taktubina here, this one's going to be taqulina. Taqulina means you say, and you're talking to a woman. Taqulina. Taqulu, you're talking to a male. Taqulina, you're talking to a woman. So you say, or you say feminine. What's this one? Good. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, I'm just saying good, good. So I'm just giving people time to type. Yeah, good. Yeah, okay, good. Taqulani. Look at these three in your regular table. They're all the same. They're exactly the same. So if you see a taqulani, it could mean you both women. It could mean you both men, or it could be them both women. It could be any one of them. But the context of the sentence would let you know. You would know from what, sentence you're reading the sentence, you would know. Good. And then this last one here, again, it's the second person version of this one. Okay. Okay, we're having a bit of difference of opinion here. Because it's irregular, it's not straightforward, is it? But most of you getting it. You're looking at this one. Yaqulna becomes taqulna. Taqulna, right? Okay, so the next one. Here, it was aktubu, naktubu, naktubu. So what would this one be in faqala? Good. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. Right. So it's aktubu will become aqulu. Aqulu. So the starting is the same as a regular verb. The ending is the same. It's just how do you form the middle one? Can you see? It doesn't even look like qala. It's aqulu. It looks different, but it is qala. So yaqulu, yaquluna, taqulu, taquluna. These are the main ones to remember. And then this last one, yep, you've done it. You've done it. Good. Naqulu, naqulu. Look at the times. Look at the times these are appearing. 68, 92. This particular word, exactly this word. These ones, 13. It's going to mostly be for the masculine, right? Maybe most of them will be masculine. Maybe all of them. I'm not sure. And then taquluna 11, naqulu 10, aqulu 9. So they do come up. Now what we're going to do is apply these controllers coming before it. If any of these words come before, whoops, gone the wrong way. Yeah, so if any of these controllers come before any of these words, it's going to cause the word to look like this. Look what's happening. A controller, subjunctive controller, mansubifier, came in front of these words, and now the word has to change to that. So again, what happened? Same thing as last week. The noons all dropped. Well, let's just start with this first. Look at the dhamma endings, marfu endings. They all have a fatha on them. Yeah, they've all got fatha on them, all got zabar on them. It means the same. Aqulu means the same as aqula. It's just that some mansubifier came and caused the dhamma to become a fatha. That's all that happened. Now look at the noons. The noons are all dropping. Can you see all the noons are dropping? Except which ones? I mean, these are stronger than Schwarzenegger, these ones. Who? Which noons are not dropping? Which noons are stuck there? You're not changing the noons. The women, the plural women, right? Really tough. They're not changing with the controller. No controller can come and change the plural women, right? Everything else, every other noon gets dropped. So the take-home message for this is, look, yaquluna means they all say. Yaqulu means they all say. Just because the noon has dropped, it hasn't changed the meaning. The meaning is still the same. This comes 17 times roughly in the Quran. This comes 92 times. So yaquluna, some word came in front of it, mansubifier, and caused the noon to drop, but it still means they all say. Yep. So I've just put a little key here. The last dhamma becomes fatha. The noon followed by a long vowel is dropped. 2 and 3 feminine plural remain the same. So that's the rule. Right. So all that happened is an came before. An, it's not going to be an yaquluna. It's going to become an yaqulu. Lan, li, hatta, alla, li, alla, kay, kayla. Any of them controllers comes in front of the original word, this, it will change it to that. Everybody understand that? It's what we did last week, but it's just like a bit of a revision. We're just doing it with the verbs qala and kana. Good. And not every time you see a noon dropped. One of the sisters was asking in the chat room. She was highlighting some Zahallah khair. She was highlighting some places where the noon has dropped. Not every time when a noon has dropped, it's because of a controller. It's some other grammar rules could be happening as well. So just bear that in mind. But it's good that you're looking at it and pointing at it and thinking, why is a noon dropped there? What's happening in front of it? And yes, it's just fun to open the Quran and look at the grammar working. Right. Now, if any of these controllers, lam, la, la, fal, wala, which we did last week, these are the majzumifying controllers. If any of those majzumifying words comes in front of any of these words, then it changes to this. Okay, so now remember, look, this is the difference. There is a slight difference now compared to the regular verbs, remember? In the regular ones, what was happening? This was becoming a sukoon, remember? It was becoming a sukoon here. But now we've got irregular verb. Two sukoons don't come together in Arabic. Something has to give. So it's not going to be yaqul. It's not going to be yaqul. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to become yaqul. That's the majzoom way of saying he says. Okay? So it's tricky because it's an irregular verb. But that's all we do in this lesson. We're just going to do qala table and kana table, and that's it. We go home, but we're already at home. So this is the difference. Look at these. These stay the same. No change happening there. No change happening there. The only difference is that lam is picking up a sukoon. But then what happens is when this lam picks up a sukoon, now the waw's got a sukoon and the lam's got a sukoon. In Arabic, you don't have two sukoons coming together. Something has to give. And what gives in this case, the waw gets dropped. So it just becomes yaqul. Yaqul. Right? Are we happy with that? Taqul. Taqul. Taquli. This one stayed the same. Oops. Aqul. Naqul. Naqul. So last week, the majzoom and the mansoob tables were pretty much the same, just a sukoon, a fatha and a sukoon. Everything else was the same. But this irregular verb in the same table for the irregular verb qala, you see that change. The waw additionally drops, so it becomes taqul. So you can see this is subjunctive. This is mansoob. This one is majzoom. I don't understand that. Waw, lam, or walam. I don't understand. Sorry, sister, I didn't understand. Walam and or wawalam. I didn't understand what that was. Somebody's trying to get into the class. She can't. I don't know why. Maybe try just resetting her tablet or her PC and try again. Inshallah, it should work. So the good question. The controllers come before the verb. They come before. So they're not attached. They'll just be lam, lam, and then yaqulna or fal. Do they join? Do they join? This one joins, la. I think fal joins as well. Fal, but wala, I'm not sure. Some of them might join. This one doesn't join. Lam doesn't join. This one doesn't join. This one, it may join. This one, I think, does join. This one joins. Can we see some examples? Inshallah, we will see some examples. Oh, I've just spoiled it. Don't look at that slide, okay? I want to make the command form. Well, I'll just give you the command form. Here is the command form. We'll work it, inshallah. We will work out the command form, inshallah. This is qul, the command form. Let me just see. Right, okay, we'll do it, inshallah. So to do it, I'm just going to go to page, or I'll just talk you through it. It's last week's class where it had the command form instruction. I'll just go and see if I can find it. See if I can find it. Yes, it's on page 53. Page 53, go to page 53. Top right slide. It gives you the way you can make a past verb into command. So we're going to do it, inshallah, okay? We're going to do it, inshallah. So, qala. I should have done a slide with it, but I haven't. I'll just do it here, inshallah, okay? Find some free space somewhere. I'll do it here, inshallah, okay? Just change. Let me just go to this. Okay, so qala. Qala is a root verb. I want to now say, I don't want to say to say, I want to tell you, say this, say that. So I want to command you now how to say. So what do? We get the root verb, we make it into present tense. So it's going to become, we're going to do this one here, taqulu. So it's going to become taqulu. So I'm right here. Oops. My mouse. I'll do that again. Taqulu. Taqulu. Right. Taqulu. Oh, struggling here. Right. Taqulu. Now we need to make it majzoom. Remember majzoom? What happens in majzoom land? What happens in majzoom land? It becomes taqul. So I'm just going to write taqul here. Just go back here. I'm going to write taqul here. Taqul. I should have done that last week, but I had some examples written. Taqul. Right, that's majzoom now. Taqul is majzoom. What do we do? What do we knock off? The ta. We knock off the. No, we don't knock off the. Well, we knock off the ta. On page 53, top right slide, you'll see the instructions there. So we knock off the ta. Look at the next letter. Does it have a sukoon on it? If it has a sukoon on it, you stick an alif there. Does it have a sukoon on it? Does that letter have a sukoon on it? No. So job done. Qul. Qul huwallahu ahad. Yeah? Qul, job done. You only put an alif if this letter here has a sukoon on it, because you can't start a word in Arabic with a sukoon. Right? It has, but this one has a vowel on it, so you don't need to stick an alif. Job done. Qul huwallahu ahad. Right? I got an O there. Like, yep. Light bulb moment, yeah? So that's pretty much the command. The wow disappeared. What happened to the wow? Okay, let me show you what happened to the wow. Look at this one here. Yaqula, taqula. Now we're making it jussive. We're making it majzoom. It disappears. The majzoom version of taqula becomes taqul. It just disappears in majzoom. You can't say, if you put a sukoon on that lam, it becomes taqul, and there's two letters together having a sukoon. It doesn't happen in Arabic. Something has to give. So what gives here is the wow disappears in majzoom. It becomes taqul. So then, once it becomes taqul, you knock off the ta. What remains behind? If it starts off with if it has a sukoon on it, you stick an alif there. Does this have a sukoon on it? No. So qul is the command form. For you to knock off the ta here, qula is you to say. And this one, qulu, you all say. To a sister, if you're going to say, it's quli. Qula for two. And for women, qulna. Qulna means you all say. That's it. You get that? You happy with that? That's what you get. That's why you get Qul huwallahu ahad. Qulu linnasi husnan. Qulu, you all say. Qulu, you all say. Qul, you say. I'm going to use my rubber. Rubs off really well, this rubber. Happy everybody? So in the test, inshallah, you will get, I don't know if I'm going to test you on mansoob or I'm going to test you on marfu, but you're going to be tested somewhere. I'll maybe make it a bit clearer during the week, or maybe after the class, after looking at the test, what I'm going to test you on, inshallah. But it's going to be on these verbs. Look, qul. This is the imperative. Qul, qula, qulu, quli, qula, qulna. So now you should be able to get a past verb, put it into a regular table, and make out the command verb. And now with qala, you have to learn it, but with qala, you can do it as well now. 3F will be qulna in command form. So you don't use command form for the third person, because you use, when you're commanding somebody, they can hear you, so you use second person. So there's no, so these tables for command form, the three ones are not relevant. It's this one here, but it's going to look the same. When you knock off the ta, it's going to still be qulu, qulna. In fact, they're pretty much, in this case, they're all going to look the same, but it's only for second person you use the command form. Even for first person, you don't use the command form because you don't command yourself. It's commanding someone who can hear you. Yeah? Good. Right, 333 for qul and qulu 12. Right. Yeah, in the homework it mentions complete the 4 tables, all 4 tables with the verb. I'll come on to that inshallah. Right, so now we are going to do the same for qala. So again, go back to page yaktubu, whatever page that was on again. Let me just go have a look where it was. It is on page 43, middle right slide. That's your regular base table for regular verbs. So it says yaktubu here. It says yaktubu, yaj'alu, yarfa'u, yadhlimu, okay? Yakfuru, ya'malu. That's all easy. With regular, it's all easy. You just stick those root words in and job done. It all fits in, slots in place. But kana means to be. Kana means to be. He was. Kana minal jinni. In the Quran it comes, kana, talking about Iblis. Kana, he was. Minal, from the jinn. Minal jinni. So kana, what is this one going to be? Kana looks very similar to qala, so it might be a similar thing here. Okay, don't look at the answers, just look at page 43. Carry on. Good. What is going to sit here? Okay, not yakulu. Takanu. Okay, so page 43 for those people who have a different version of the book is Quranic Arabic lesson 7. Go to Quranic Arabic lesson 7 and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th slide in. That's your regular base table for regular present verbs. What's your table for present verbs? Good. Yakunu. Yakunu means he is. Yakunu means he is. He is. How do you say them two are? So on page 43, the second slide on the right. Good. Yes, yakunani. Again, the endings are the same. You just got to figure out how kana comes. Look, kana has become kaf and waw and a noon. So yakunu, yakunani. What's this one? This one was yaktubuna. So this is good. Good. Not yakunna. Not yakunna. Yakununa. Yeah. Yakuluna. Yakununa. Yaktubuna. See, the ya is still there and the una is still there. It's just the insides are gonna sometimes change for irregular verbs. Next one. So this current slide is on page, but I don't want you to look at this current slide because that's got all the answers in there. But for the person who's asking, the current slide is on, oh, it's not there. It's not there because that's your homework. But you're getting it from the slides now anyway. Okay, it's not there. So even better, you've got to think. Good. Yeah, it's not there. I thought it was there. It is there. Okay, it's on page 61. I've spoiled it for you. I put it a few pages forward because it's your homework, but giving it away. Right. So yakunu, yakunani, yakununa, takunu. Good. What goes here? Takunani. Now what goes here? This is irregular. So something is, takunani. What goes here? Yakuna. Yes. So it's not yakuna. It's yakunna. Yaktubna. Yaktubna. Because there's already a noon. Remember the noon of the women? Already there, but there's a noon in the root verb as well. So it's yakunna. Yakunna. So there's some slight differences. The main ones to remember are masculine, but I'm showing you the whole table here. And showing you so you appreciate that irregular verbs don't fit into the table exactly. You just got to make some adjustment. Next one. Takunu. Yeah, this one means they all say. Sorry, they all are. They all are masculine, they all are feminine. This one is you're saying to a person now, you are. You are. That's just you are because kana means to be. So you be, you are. Yeah, you would say you are in English. This one. Takunani, exactly. And what's this one here? Yeah, takununa. It's just, look, takununa, yakununa. Takunani, yakunani. Takunu, yakunu. If it's difficult, just remember the masculine, singular and plurals. That's it. Masculine, singular and plurals. Them are the ones that come the most. Okay, what's this one? Good. No. Not akunina. Try again. Yep. Yeah. Takunina. Remember? Taktubina. The ta still stays the same. The ending still stays the same. Just the irregular verb is gonna, be doing something a bit different. So takunina, excellent. Takunina. What's this one? Takunani. And this one here? This one here is just the ta version of this one here. Yep, good. Yep, good. Yep. Takunna. Right? And the last one, akuna. Akunu. Akunu. What's this one? Nakunu and nakunu. That's it. Look at the numbers. 45, 35, 10, 5. Maybe these ones don't come in, I couldn't find them, so I just didn't put anything there. I just did the main ones. So in marfu, these come about this much in the Quran. Right, so now we're going to mansubify it. We're going to mansubify it by putting one of these controllers in front of this, becomes this. So all the dhamma endings from marfu become fatha. We're used to that already. Yeah. Second thing to notice is the noons drop, but which ones? The ones that normally drop. This word has got noon inside it, these don't drop. Only the regular ones that we know, the duals and the plurals and the woman, they drop. The super strong women, they still keep their noon, and so do these, because this is, remember, these don't drop. It's only those ones that drop. So, you know, they got some slight differences in these irregular tables. And we're only going to do the tables for qala and kana, that's it. See that? So takunu means the same as takununa. So takununa, once I could find it in the Quran. Takunu 25 times. The noon dropped 25 times. So that means, you know, yeah, it's coming more like this in the Quran than its default marfu. And then when you stick these majzoom controllers in front of the word, look what happens. Right, for a start, these stay the same. Right? But some wacky thing is going on to the other ones. Look, again, a waw sukoon. This one becomes a sukoon in jazm land. Right? In majzoom land. But two sukoons can't come together in Arabic. So something has to give. So what gives? The waw disappears. So it becomes yakun. Yakun. Takun. Takun. Kuni. Akun. But it can also, for this verb, also yakun can be shortened to yaku. Walam aku baghiya. Aku comes in the Quran. Lam aku baghiya or walam aku baghiya. So yaku is the same as yakun. It's just sometimes you might see it written as yaku, sometimes yakun. Taku can also be written as, sorry, takun can also be written as taku. So that's just something to remember. Nakun, naku. So this is what goes on. I mean, inshallah, we'll see some examples. Right? Now we want to do the fi'l amr. We want to do the command form. So let's quickly do the command form for this verb. I'm going to use my virtual pen. So let's just do this one. Takunu. Takunu means you be. I want to say to somebody, be. I want to say be. Be. So, maybe that be, good, be. So what do? You get the kana, convert it to second person, marfu, becomes takunu. Then you make it majzoom. Remember majzoom? So majzoom, this is mansub. This is majzoom. Takun. Takun is majzoom. We've got it takun. Now you knock off the ta. Knock off the ta. What remains behind? Look at the next letter. If the next letter has a sukoon, you put an alif there. Does this have a sukoon? No. So kun is the answer. Kun fayakun. Be and it is. Kun, be. In the Quran we read kun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He wants to do something, He says be. He says kun fayakun when He wants something to be. Kun means be, fayakun, so it is, it becomes. Yakun. Right? So let's just do the majzoom of this one. Let's do majzoom of this one. I need to change this to go back. So takunu, if I want to tell the plural, you all be, then takununa, make it majzoom, becomes takunu, then you knock off the ta. If what remains has a sukoon on it, you put an alif. If it doesn't, job done. This one doesn't, it already got a haraka on it, so it's done. So kunu means you all be, kunu ma'as sadiqeen, be of the truthful people, right? And the permutations of that are here. Kun, kuna, kunu, kuni, kuna, kunna. That's the imperative of kana. So you put it into, remember you put it into second person, then you make it majzoom, and then you knock off the ta. If the next letter has a haraka, job done. If the next lesson doesn't have a haraka, it has a sukoon, then you can't start off a word in Arabic with a sukoon, you have to put an alif. But in these two cases, job done as soon as you knock off the ta, kun, fayakun. If I want to say to a sister, be, it will be kuni. If I want to say to women, you all be good, I'll say kunna, you all be. And if I want to say to males, you all be, it will be kunu. And if I want to say to a mixed group, you all be, it will be kunu still. Yeah, 15 minutes left about. Let's look at the application. Okay, so let's look at this one. Yaqulu. Yaqulu means, literally, he says. He says, isn't it? He says. Al-insanu, insan, mankind, human being. So mankind say, yawma idhin, on that day. On that day. So it's talking about the future. So it's going to be yaqulu al-insanu, yawma idhin, on that day, mankind will say. Will say. Aina, where? Aina means where. Like, min aina anta means where are you from? So aina means where. Mafar is the place to flee. Fafirru ilallah. So flee to Allah. It's the same word, from the same word. But mafar means, mafarru means place to flee. So basically on that day, mankind will say, where is the fleeing? Where is the place to flee? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. Next one. Wala, and not. Aqulu. Look, we've done it. Qala, the qala table in present. And I do not say, lakum, to you all. Inni, indeed I, malak, am an angel. And I do not say to you, I am an angel. Look at this next one. Ataquluna. So we know taquluna means you all say. You all say. Now in Arabic, when you want to start a question, there's like 3 ways, basic ways of starting a question. One is that you just say taquluna, you raise your voice. Taquluna, do you say? The other way is when you stick a hal in front of it, hal. Hal and then taquluna, for example. Hal makes it into a question. And also, when you stick a in front of it, it makes it into a sentence. Ataquluna. So this one is a question. Ataquluna, do you all say? Ala, on. Allahi, about Allah, against Allah in this context. Do you all say against Allah? Mala, what not? Ta'lamuna, you all have knowledge of. Do you say about Allah what you do not know, basically? Hal, yes. So let's look at this one. Qala. So now you got past tense, you got present tense going on. You need to know your tables so you can switch between present tense and past tense. Qala, what's qala mean? It means he said. He said, alam, did not. Aqul, aqul means I say. Why is it changed from aqulu to aqul? Why is it changed from aqulu to aqul? This is majzoom. Why is it majzoom, people? Why is this majzoom? This is aqul, it's majzoom. Why is it? Yes, good. The lam. The lam is a majzoomifier. So it's not going to be alam aqulu, it's going to be alam aqul. So as long as you know aqul means the same as aqulu, you'll understand it. That's why it's important to know the mansoob changings and the majzoom changings, because otherwise you wouldn't know aqul. You wouldn't know aqul, what's going on. What is it? It looks like qul, but it's aqul. What's that? Right? So you know it's majzoom, it's aqulu. But the lam came before it and made it majzoom. So he said, you know, did I not say, lakum, to you all, inni, indeed I, a'lamu, I know, ghaib means unseen, as-samawati, the unseen of the heavens, wal ardi, and of the earth. Yeah, so qala, he said, alam aqul lakum, did I not say to you all, indeed inni, a'lamu, I know, ghaib, hidden, as-samawati, of the heavens, wal ardi, and of the earth. So this is an important one. Look at this last one. Fala, so do not. Taqul, you say. Look, taqul is majzoom. It normally be taqulu, but it's become taqul because of the la. The la made it majzoom. So you need to get acquainted with these tables because it does come. It does come. As long as you know taqul means the same as taqulu, then you can understand it. So fala, so do not, taqul, you say, lahuma, unto, yeah, them both. Huma is them two. Remember lesson 3, I think, yeah? Huwa, huma, hum, remember? Huwa, huma, hum? Right, huma means them two. So, do not say lahuma, to them, uff. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves us from saying that to our parents. It's talking about the parents, that we don't say to them, not even uff, to our parents. So, fala taqul, so you do not say lahuma, to them two, uffin, uff. Same verses in Indo-Pak font. And here, look, this surah we read all the time in the Quran, in the Salah, yeah? Qul, it's the command form for qala. Qul, say. Huwa, he is. Allah, Allah. Ahadun means one. So he is Allah, the one. Let's look at this one here. I'm doing the ones that appear maybe most, or the sort of patterns that appear the most. Waqulu. So again, and you all say, linnasi, to the people, husnan, kind. So speak to them kindly. And speak to the people kindly. Wala takunu, you all to be. You all be, but not. So, and not you all be. And you all do not be. Kalladhina, the ka, when it joins onto a word at the start, when it prefixes a word, it normally means like. Like. So, you all do not be like those. Nasu, they forgot. Nasu, they forgot. Allah, So Allah is not doing the verb because Allah is mansoob. So they forgot Allah. So you all do not be like those who they forgot Allah. Yeah? So this is from this lesson. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ is from previous lessons. وَكُن, look at this. وَكُن. What is وَكُن? What is kun fayakun? Kun is the command form. وَكُن and be. Min, yeah, good. Min, from. Shakirina, those who do shukr, but look, shakir, and then ina is plural. And is it marfu, is it mansoob, or is it majroor? Which one is it? Shakirina. Is it marfu, mansoob, or majroor? This is a verb, this is a noun now. Shakirina, it's majroor, good. Okay, it's majroor. It looks like mansoob as well because they look the same, but how can you tell it's majroor? How can you tell? Good. This min, remember in noun land again, now you've got to combine nouns and verbs and past tense and present tense, and this is where your practice with the Quran comes in. If you were to learn normal spoken Arabic, which you can do, until you don't practice it and speak to people, it's not going to sit in. And we live in an environment that speaks English, right? So you don't get a lot of Arabic practice. So you may forget conversational Arabic. But inshallah, with the Quran, it's your companion. You're going to have it with you all the time. You're going to be reading it every day, inshallah, or regularly. So you'll continually get practice with the Quran every time you read it. Yeah, you'll continually be saying, yeah, oh yeah, it's past, oh gosh, yeah, that's future, oh yeah, this is not a noun, it's a verb, right? And slowly, you've learnt the building blocks. These are the building blocks, but now you need to apply the building blocks and keep on applying, keep on trying. Look at the translation, you're getting it wrong, but look where you're getting it wrong. Yeah, I get it. Oh yeah, I remember. And slowly, it'll start becoming quicker and quicker, inshallah, until you'll be able to understand the imam real time, inshallah. Right? وَكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ, be of those who are the shakirin, those who do shukr. فَتَكُونَ, lest takuna, you be, min al-khasirin, from those who are the losers. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, by time, verily mankind is in khusr, loss. So khasara is the word for lose, to lose. And this is the other font. And I think for the first time ever in our history, we've actually come to the end and we've got 5 minutes left. So, right, let's just do this. This is your vocabulary. Remember, we're on lesson 9 now. Next week's lesson will be the last lesson. And then we'll squeeze a revision class in somewhere, inshallah. And the week after will be a talk on khushu, and we'll go through the word-to-word translation in the Salah. And the first time I did that word-to-word translation, somebody got back to me and said, this was really useful. It was really useful because we applied what we've learned to something that we read every day, the Salah. And the Salah will become alive, inshallah, or more alive when we know what we're reading directly. So let's just do this now for this week. Basura, some more root words. These are root words because that's the essence, really. If you learn the root word, then you can put templates on and you can figure out what it means. But if you don't know what the 3-lettered word means, then you're going to be stuck. So root words is key. So basura yabsuru. Basura means he saw. Yabsuru means he sees. So that's what's going on here. It's past tense and then it's present tense. Oh, Sheikh Professor Saab. Nice to see your comment. Jazakallah khair. Right, next one, jaza. What is jaza? Reward. Jaza means to reward. And this one is, so he rewarded, he rewards. And the difference between jaza and ajr is that jaza is, it can mean recompense, it can mean bad recompense as well. It can mean bad recompense or it can mean good recompense. So it can mean reward or it can mean a punishment. So that's why we say jazakallah khair. May Allah reward you good. And ajr only has the connotation of reward, good reward. So that's the difference, one of the differences between the two words. Next one, ja'a yaji'u. Ja'a means إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. He came, to come. 238. Right? Okay. The brother wrote Jazakallah, and then after I said Jazakallah khair, he's written sorry, Jazakallah khair. Okay, barakallah feek. Okay, so ja'a yaji'u 238 times. This verb I could find. So a lot. Next one, hakama yahkumu, to judge. Hakim is a judge, isn't it? Hakim, hukam. So hakama yahkumu means he judged, he judges. Next one, khalafa yakhlufu. Khalafa means to be behind. And that's what the Khalifa to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. The Khalifa, Abu Bakr, he came after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He came after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Khalif. Khalf means to be behind. Next one, razaqa yarzuqu. So we should all maybe know this. Allah is ar-razaq, he's the one who provides. Razaqa means he provided. Yarzuqu, he provides. 122. Raja'a yarji'u. Raja'a means to return. Raja'a, to return. Raja'a yarji'u. 104. Rahima yarhamu. Rahima. Rahimahullah. We say, may Allah have mercy on him. Rahim, Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Ar-Rahman, the most gracious. Yeah. Ra'a yara. This is the weak one. 109. It doesn't come just a bit. It's 109. So very important. Ra'a yara. Sadaqa yasduqu. Sadaqa yasduqu, to be truthful. That's where you get Siddiq from. That's where you get Sadiq from. That's where you get Sidq from. That's where you get those words from. Sadaqa yasduqu. Sabara yasbiru. This is a word that we know. Sabr, to be patient. So he was patient, he is patient. That's where we get sabir from, and sabrun from, and so basara and ra'a. So basara and ra'a, they to see, and basara to see. So the connotation behind them, I'm not sure what it is, but there is a difference. You know, there is a difference. If the word is different, then the meaning, there is a difference. Even though in English it might be the same, it might be translated to be the same, but in Arabic there is a difference because the word is different. So there's a difference. I don't know what the difference straight off my head is between them two. I've got an idea, but you know, I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to say it. Sabara yasbiru, 96. And the last one, shahida yashhadu. Shaheed, shahid, mashhood. So we get those words from. And we've hit 9:30. So just the last one. So the homework is complete all 4 above tables with the verb kana. Number 2, learn all the words in the vocabulary list. And number 3, yes, that's all for this week. Yippee. That's all you got to do. Right, so yes, the last 2 lessons have been tricky. They've been grammar lessons. But you do understand, like, Taquluna is the same as taqulu. Sorry, taquluna is the same as taqulu. Just some word came before it that dropped the noon. So you need it to understand the differences in words, and also you need these two lessons to make the command form from a past. From the root word, you can make the command form now. Right? So that's it. Inshallah, next week we will have our last class, and then revision class, and then the week after we'll have our final class. So next week is the last class, meaning the lesson 10 out of 10. But then the week after we will have a talk on Salah and Khushu and word-to-word translation. And so Jazakallah khair for everybody attending, and we'll see you next week inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.